If you have an outdoor living area that needs some extra love, it might be time to spruce it up just in time for summer. Joining us today is Charles Gamarikian, CEO of Cambridge Pavers. Charles, thank you for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Now more than ever, homeowners are choosing expansive outdoor living areas that include everything from comfortable outdoor living rooms to complete kitchens, fire pits, and more. However, getting started with planning can seem challenging at first. Do you have any tips for the best way to approach the planning process?
Well, you know, it's taking the inside of the four walls of your house and extending it outside. Seamless transition. It's reinvesting in your home. Most important thing with this outdoor room, you've got this grass or landscaping only. So you're looking at a fresh start. And how do I want to use this space? Just as inside the home, there's functional areas, be it a TV room, playroom, or kitchen. Same function and aesthetics goes into planning outside. How do I want to enjoy it? How do I want to entertain my family and friends? Quiet areas, water, fire features, entertaining through fully assembled kitchens or combination fireplace and pizza, I'd like to see behind me.
And let's face it, designing an outdoor living space takes time and money. What if a homeowner cannot afford everything all at once? How can they go about affording that?
Well, what's wonderful about it is that the the textures, the colors, the shapes will match year after year. So based on budget, you can start off with a patio, add that water feature, fire pit, kitchen, pavilion. Make it a 10-year project. Just share it with your contractor. So he's got the vision and he can plan accordingly.
Sounds like a plan. And where can homeowners get their ideas and inspiration from when it comes to building their dream outdoor space?
Now, we have a wonderful social media presence. Our website, CambridgePavers.com. We have our brochure, a design gallery, a host of pictures. Homeowner can also put in their zip code, find the closest authorized Cambridge dealer who has displays of all the products and these outdoor components, technically astute salespeople who can recommend contractors. Also, on our website, homeowner can fill out a form and a contractor will contact them within 72 hours to come in, no charge, talk about what the homeowner may want and provide a proposal and some recommendations.
And now that a homeowner maybe has an idea of what they want their spaces to look like, how can they find a reputable contractor?
Well, as I said, either the dealer will make a recommendation or they fill out the form on our website. It briefly asks about the project, and a contractor will contact them within 72 hours, make an appointment.
All right, sounds great. Charles, thank you for the time, and best of luck to anyone trying to improve their homes.
Thank you.